If you choose pay as you go, we can get some advantages like choose their always free products from like Cosmos DBs, app services, functions, dev test labs. And similarly, if we choose Amazon, they also have a pay-as-you-go pricing. They can give us some more affordable and more savings towards if you choose the annual subscriptions, or if you simply go with the pay-as-you-go, they can have different kind of subscriptions so that it will give us more overall savings when we choose their services. Similarly, if you go to the Google Cloud, obviously they also offer pay-as-you-go, and definitely in that subscription, they can give us more ways to save our money. So overall, why we talk about this today? I will give you more information in this video. So hey guys, my name is Harshangda, and we will talk about more over cloud economics here and some words about CapEx and OpEx, what that all about and what they are actually. And to give you more information, let me start with one very important thing, because we are talking about here Microsoft Azure, right? So if you see, like, Microsoft also give us one offer that we can simply start with the Azure Pass, which means that we can create a subscription and choose or use Microsoft services for free, of course, for a limited period of time and within the limitation of the money. Actually, they give us and allow us to choose their cloud platform, and they tell us that how it can be really incredible for an individual or for an organization. So let's jump into this video and try to give you more information that what we are talking about in the cloud economics actually. To understand more about cloud economics, let me help you with one example. I hope you remember this guy in my previous video was trying to build a streaming server so that he can offer his subscription to different people and they can watch movies, games, and other entertainment stuff. So initially he started with one server and a very limited, let's say, power calls, power consumption, and of course, a very limited network devices. He also contact with the ISP with a limited bandwidth and implement some security solutions accordingly. But he was not aware that his subscription will definitely grow after some time. So he need to rethink about purchasing more servers. He need to work on more power consumption, of course, more power backup solutions, as well as increasing their network devices so that they all will have enough capability to control bandwidth or data is coming from the users. As well as he also need to work with the ISP so that they can provide more bandwidth to his streaming services so that everybody will have, without any hassle or without any block, they can watch their whatever the content they want to. So overall, the purpose to explain this is like to build his own one server. Let's say he spent $1,000 here, right? As an example. So now to build like 5 servers, or in his own small business data center, to build a 5 server, he spent approximate $5,000. Not only that, he need to work with the power consumption organizations to ask for more power to his data center, as well as purchasing extra equipment so that it will be enough to handle all the pressure within his own small data centers. Of course, need to purchase additional bandwidth, and these all combine extra cost. On the other hand, if you talk about big players like Google Cloud, like Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, they have enough money to purchase X or N numbers of resources whenever they want. And that's how they build many data centers in different locations, and that's what we call cloud. Right? So if they need any additional, let's say, resources, what they need to do, they just need to contact with the people, and they say, hey, I need extra equipment. So they can simply purchase, and they can talk with any of the services they would like to buy and simply purchase them. Anytime they need power consumption, just purchase and build within their own data center. So they don't need to spend extra things. And while they are purchasing in bulk these resources, these services, they can save a lots of money. And while they are saving money, they can offer that savings within their subscriptions to us. That's how they actually give us a very, very great deals. Let me give you one other example, a very small one. Let's say if you go to the supermarket and there's a biscuit or a packet of a biscuit was there, and the cost of that biscuit packet, let's say $1, just $1 for one packet. Now, if you purchase, let's say, a big packet with 32 as an example, these packets of biscuits. Now, the cost of this 32 is $25, right? So if we purchase one packet, we have to spend $1. But if we like to purchase a bigger packet, they give us offer that is like $25 to purchase. So that means how much we save? Approximate $7, right? Similarly, these organizations like these cloud solutions provider like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they purchase all these hardwares, their resources in bulk. And they also talk with the power consumption organizations to purchase the power in bulk. So while they are having these kind of contracts or these kind of offerings, so they definitely got some savings from these organizations because they are actually the primary player who is using their services. That's how they save a lots of money. And while they are saving money from these like power consumption, purchasing network devices, implementing solutions network, or from ISP, they offer these all services directly to us, and that's how they purchase. They would like to purchase us their subscription, and they said that, hey, if you purchase this subscription, this will be the price for that, and actually they give us a very affordable price. So that's how cloud economics works, and the word CapEx and OpEx, which is word is called capital expenditure and operational expenditures, comes into the picture. Don't worry, I will give you more details about those, that what exactly the words are all about and how they actually help us to choose cloud solutions over on-premises data centers. So finally, we are here and we are going to start with the cloud computing economics. So guys, this has nothing to do with the technical part, but just a quite conceptual information we need to understand more about cloud computing economics. Actually, I already explained in one of the example in the previous part, but let's talk about a little bit more in the technical word, that is CapEx or OpEx. So start with a business strategy. There are two kind of strategy we always talk about in business. One is called capital expenditure, and the second one is operational expenditure. Let me give you one example for CapEx and one example of OpEx that will give you better and very clear understanding about these two words. So for CapEx, actually, in the past, whenever any organization to start with their startups or open their business, they need to think about their infrastructure. So they need to consult with the IT guy and said, hey, we are 10 people right now, or we are expecting to be 50 or 100 in a couple of days. So please build a model that how much money we need to invest to build our own infrastructure. So that guy need to prepare the resources, then their expenditure, their money, and they said, hey, if we need 10, right now we have 10 people, so we need to spend around, let's say $5,000, but if we increase this to 50 people, we need to purchase additional resources. So overall cost would be, or will be, let's say $5,000. So these organizations prepare these business requirement, and they put this money into their spending part. They said, hey, at least $5,000 need to be spent to build their infrastructure. So the point here is actually they need to prepare everything before they start their business. So that was capital expenditure. But right now, we are in the world of cloud, and everything starts with the operational expenditure. How? Because cloud solution providers has introduced called pay-as-you-go approach. Now, pay-as-you-go, I already give you one example. They have a great deals, they have great offerings, they have great service offerings. So actually, pay-as-you-go is like whatever the resources you are currently consuming from cloud platform, you need to only pay for that. And the advantage of OpEx model is like whenever you feel your business is growing pretty faster and you need more resources, you can simply contact these cloud platform guys, and these guys will have all the resources for you. You just need to follow some couple of clicks and increase your model, and whatever the resources you need, it's right here for you. And Another day, you find out, hey, my business is back to the normal. Now we don't need to spend that much resources. So what you need to do, just with a couple of clicks, you can remove those resources and everything is back to normal like it was before. So that you can do this kind of agile work, or you can say it's a very flexible thing within the cloud. But in the CapEx model, you cannot do that, because if you purchase for the 50 people, I think it's not a good idea or too fair that you come back to the 10 people infrastructure, because you already spend money for 50. So the thing is, the flexibility is not there when we talk about the CapEx model or in the past. Although some organizations are still doing this CapEx model, like small business where the people are only 5, only 10, 15, 20. For them, like 1 server, 2 server are still enough, but they still need to work on their maintenance. They still need to work on their software patches, their maintenance, their website if they build their web server. So there are a couple of things still involved. But in OpEx model, everything is need to be maintained by vendors or by cloud solutions provider. I think you get some basic differences between these two. Let's jump in the CapEx individually and OpEx. Let me help you exactly what they are and how they are helping in today's world. Like I said, if you have 5 people or 10 people in your organization, maybe 1 server is enough for you. But again, you need to work on how much money you're going to spend on your infrastructure, because it does have upfront cost. If you talk about the capital expenditure business model, definitely you need to think before you spend on your infrastructure, because it does require lots of things. You need to understand how much money you're going to spend on the application, your antivirus, your security appliance, your network devices, etc. So definitely about this, you need to think before you start working on your infrastructure. And the additional part, actually, I would like to mention that that once you deploy this infrastructure, and let's say you increase your infrastructure in 2020, at the moment, let's say 2020 is running, and you decide that you're going to spend, let's say, $5,000 as we discussed in previous example. So I'm pretty sure if you talk about this infrastructure devices, or let's say your operating system, your hardware, in 2025 or even 2026, the cost will be definitely reduced. Because if you take this an example of the mobile phone, we purchased a mobile phone 10 years ago, so you can understand what is a cost right now in 2020. So that means is whatever the money you're going to spend right now in the capital expenditure is not gonna be come back to you after a couple of years. That means your money you need to keep spending again. After 5 years, you may need to increase the resources. You may need to work on the hardware you are running so that your business is up and running. And as well as definitely there's another point here that if you think about the CapEx, there is no reoccurring cost, which means you don't need to pay every month for this. You need to just think about once, hey, we are going to spend $5,000 to build our infrastructure. That's all. You don't need to think about what my cost will be in a month or in upcoming months. So the strategy will be like after 1 year or after 2 years, you need to spend your money again to make your infrastructure better or to purchase additional resources. So like I said, in the capital expenditure, there is no flexibility. You can increase, certainly you can increase, but if you talk about the decrement, or let's say currently the resources required higher consumption of additional CPUs, additional RAM, you can certainly purchase these resources. But in case you want right now, he said, hey, I actually don't need those additional resources. If you go back to the market and try to sell these resources, the money will not exactly, you can get back whatever you're expected from the market. So I think you get my point here, what I'm trying to explain about the capital expenditure. Additionally, the best example to understand about this is you are trying to deploy your own data center. So that's how, as you can see in this picture, this guy is actually maintaining the data centers, is checking the security, the applications, everything is running well. So a lot of things need to be think in capital expenditure. So yeah, I think it's not a good model overall. Like why I said that capital expenditure is not good, because we have operational expenditure and it has tons of advantages. Let's start with the very first one. there are no upfront costs. You don't need to think that this much money you need to spend your own infrastructure, or you are a startup and you don't have enough money to think about, let's say I have to spend $5,000 immediately on to start with a business. I think that's not a very cool idea, because let's say and I really don't want that you start a business and it's gonna be go down after a couple of months. Let's talk about the operational expenditure here. Let's not talk about the money or the bad impact on the business. So actually, if you choose the cloud infrastructure here, or operational expenditure, as I mentioned that in the cloud solutions provider, they are giving us an option with the pay as you go service, which means how much resources you're going to use within the cloud computing. You only need to pay for that only. And another advantage, as I mentioned, these are agile or flexible services from CSPs. And let's say today's you need only the infrastructure for 10 people. Just a couple of clicks, your one server is ready. Now, another day, you need for, let's say, 100 people. So you need additional 5 servers. With a couple of clicks, another server is ready. So you need to pay only for that 5 servers at that time. Later on, you decide, hey, I think I don't need those 5 servers. You can come back again to that one server by just with a couple of clicks. So after that, you are using only one server and you need to pay only for that server. So that easy how it is actually in the operational expenditure. So actually there are some advantages over there, and of course there's a reoccurring cost because you have to pay to the subscription every month. But again, it comes with a lots of advantages, and it actually saves a lots of money, because if you're really spending money on purchasing any hardware, as I mentioned in capital expenditure, you need to spend money after 1 year or 2 year when the new hardware comes out. But in this situation, you don't need to worry about anything, because everything is maintained by cloud infrastructure. If there's an application need to be upgraded, just with a couple of clicks, everything is right there for you. If power consumption has an problem, you don't need to think, or you don't need to worry. Your data is safe with a cloud service provider or solutions provider, because they are replicating our data to a secondary location. So point here is, you don't need to build a disaster recovery straight away, or you don't need to spend money twice to build a secondary data center within on-premises. So there's a very much or more advantages while we are using this operational expenditure. So I think you get my point here, right? As we understood the difference between the CapEx and OpEx, let me help you to share one of the very important link from Microsoft, because here you can get more information that how you guys are getting very cost-effective cloud computing from these cloud solutions provider. And I have only one example because we are learning more about Microsoft Azure. So if you go to the link, let me just open that link for you. So it is right here, and in this link you can get more information that how Microsoft is spending on the capital expenditure, because obviously they need to purchase resources for you, or they need to purchase their Azure infrastructure or cloud computing for you, so that you can get more and more better services from them. So you can get more and more detail that how they are purchasing this thing, how the revenue works over there, and how the customers getting more advantages from the cloud computing on the money point of view. So I think you can get much more information in this information on the capital and the operating expenses. So I think this would be a very much informative for you. If you would like to go through this, you can find information in this video straight away, or you can simply go to this link and you can get more information. But before I wrap up for the day, I would like to share one more interesting and very informative website for you, because actually this website, I was researching something and I found that Microsoft has recently published this Power BI information for us, because they are mentioning that how much money they have spent to build Azure data centers or Azure cloud platform for us. So in like initially in FQ20, only in Q3, they spent approximate $3.9 billion to build Azure structure even better, so that all the customer will have better capacity whenever or how much they need. And you can get just more information right from there, because you don't need to remember anything. This is just for the informational purpose only. So guys, I hope you find this video really helpful, and hope you like my channel. If you'd like to learn more, because more videos are coming in their way, so please subscribe. Please share this video if you like this video. So till next time, please take care guys. This is COVID-19 situation. I hope and pray your family is safe and sound. Please take care of your health. See you in next video. Peace.